lie. You know it's coolin'.
And with all that being said, I've decided to continue my athletic and academic career at the Stanford University.
Yes, sir.
Network, it means everything to me. Back when I didn't have all these offers, maybe like one or two. He was always promoting me. What I'm saying, trying to get me on the radar. This guy, you need to look out for him. What I'm saying, it really means the world to me. Big, he's been there, like I said, since I've been small. Always shouting me out, and always just trying to put me on, just give me notice more than I really appreciate it, Big.
Shoot, I was the new kid. Faison kind of was with the Ducks for a little minute. So my first year, of course, he had all the hype. He was probably about like 6'2" at 12. He was a mutant. I ain't gonna lie to you. He was a mutant. But I mean, from then you could see just the potential he had. I mean, I'm not surprised he's the number one quarterback. If you would have seen him in youth ball, you would have thought he was the number one quarterback in that class back then. So I mean, like going against him kind of like prepared you already for like what high school was. I mean, he looked like a high school quarterback around that time. So I mean, like trash talking with him. He's more quiet though. I will say that he don't talk that much trash. But I mean, like trash talking with him, going out there and hitting drills with face on. I mean, I kind of like just builds you ready. I mean, hopefully I play against him in college. I would love it.
As y'all know, this is the Sizzle News podcast.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? This is the Basketball Podcast. It's gonna get heavy tonight, man. We appreciate y'all tuning in per usual on the Thursdays. You know what I mean? Ain't got no basketball. Finals is tomorrow, so you tapping in with us today to kind of, catch up and move forward and circle back, man. So we appreciate y'all for tapping in with the kids, the brothers, and men. So with that being said, man, I'm gonna be on the man of the hour. You know what I'm saying, Mr. Najee Wilkins.
What's good, brother? What's going on?
Good, I'm good. It's good to see you, brother. You know what I mean? I know it's been a busy day for you. You're fresh off that traffic. The sizzle.
Speaking of,
Yeah. Nah, facts.
I just made it home. I left at 5:20, bro. I just made it home. Facts.
Not to mention they cutting down all the trees. I don't know what they're doing on the north end. On the south side end, they cutting down all the trees by the exit. You know what I mean? It's always something going on, man. And further south, if you go around Macon, that's crazy too. That little tight lane, man. So it's always something going on the E-ways for sure. But nonetheless, brother, we appreciate you tapping in with us. So how was your day today, brother?
That was cool. It was busy, man. Just taped up actually a recruiting show. Did a couple segments, so I'm gonna go ahead and get that out, man. But talk to some cool guests, man. Donovan Martin, Ethan Hauser. So all that good stuff will come out probably tomorrow. Try to get some. Haven't had a chance to do our show yet and get the stuff out from Monday. Yeah, Monday, but definitely plan on getting some more stuff out, some content. But putting some stuff on TikTok, but planning to get some more stuff out. I've been busy.
Man, I'm already knowing, brother. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Ethan Hauser, man. We got a good one today, brother. You know what I mean? We're gonna get some out for the people, man, as we speak. But first and foremost, man, we're gonna start off with the high school basketball topics, man. We starting off with Caleb Holt, just transferred. I go to his page and share. Who is this? Oh, okay, that's me. And share my screen. Caleb Holt is transferring. If you haven't heard, you're probably under a rock or just not tapped into the basketball scene. This is why you tap to the pod. He's transferring to Prolific Prep, no longer at Grace, Alabama. Alabama to Georgia to Florida. You know what I'm saying? A little SET kind of range there for Caleb, but he's going to Prolific Prep. And interesting enough, Prolific Prep, usually out in California, they are moving to Fort Lauderdale, Florida. So, man, first, brother, when you got this news, man, just what did you think?
To be real, bro, I wasn't that surprised, to be honest with you, to see him transfer. Not that, it's bad that, oh, man, he transferred. He's going to have the same problem in college. This is more like he's trying to do what's best for his career. We know he's unequivocally, top 3 player in this class. So we just want to go somewhere he can continue to get challenged. Not that he can't get challenged at Grayson, but he did. And they obviously went, I think it was the semifinals this year, lost to Wheeler. But it's like there's nothing like playing that high-end talent again. Like Prolific Prep is going to give him that. They're moving all the way from California, obviously, to Florida. Florida has a nice little hub of basketball hoops, too. You know what I'm saying? We know about Columbus and what they was able to do with the Boozer twins and things like that. So there's talent all over Florida. So I think playing on a national stage, obviously national tournaments. Not that he wasn't doing that at Grayson, they were, but with higher end talent, I think it'll definitely be good. Now, again, Grayson, Jacob Wilkins, Amir Taylor, um, a whole bunch of high end guys. But for him, his goal is to get to the NBA. And the best way to fast track that is to continue to play elite talent. So, not too surprised, but just going somewhere where he can get developed, good coaching staff, you know what I'm saying? Just all the stuff that he needs in order to get to where he wants to be.
Absolutely. I agree with you. Because it hasn't been really magnified. Grayson played the national schedule last year, Hoop Ball Classic, the tournament in Florida. Is it Florida? But I think it's in North Florida, City of Palms Classic. They kind of struggled. They struggled on the the national schedule. And I think not playing with necessarily the more elite talent, but just I don't know. I'm not even sure what it is. But nonetheless, he decided to go to Prolific Prep. But it's been a big eventful summer for him. Winning the Euro Camp for Adidas MVP. Right now, he's rated 5th. But I think he had the potential to jump up a couple spots. You know what I'm saying? By the end of this summer. You know what I'm saying 3SSB's team game elite is undefeated, so they got a good chance of winning the 3SSB championship when it comes time to spin back to Rock Hill. So nothing but well wishes for Mr. Caleb Holt, man. Bright future, you know what I'm saying? A guard that's gritty, you know what I mean? And I know I've been using Anthony Edwards a lot lately when I've been talking about Rudy Anderson, but I just see similarities in how he attacks the game. When you look at Caleb Holt, somebody's going to get downhill, athletic, right? Maybe not as athletic as Ant, but you know what I'm saying? We're starting to see that mid-range come back. Caleb shoots the mid-range very nicely, can expand his range behind the arc, but just real strong as we see kind of, I'm saying, already college, maybe NBA ready frame. But super, super explosive guard. Lift threat, got another one. And again, he's joining the lineage of like AJ DeBonso, the De'Aaron Peterson, who is 247's number 1 player. Aiden Sherrill, who was at Alabama last year. So I'm saying he's following behind, you know what I'm saying, a pedigree of hoopers going to prolific prep. So, so that's a very big definitely shout out to them for pulling that off. And they seem they have accepted them with open arms. Already down there, already doing a little PR work. Shout out to the social media manager of Prolific Prep. Up next, we're going to talk Chase Lumpkin, Jarvis Hayes. You know what I'm saying? Chase has been on the scene, brother. Chase has been on that scene. We talk about on a football podcast all the time. Go to Tech. What do they want to do? They want to win the recruiting state by any means. They've definitely done that, I believe, in the last couple of years, especially last year. You know what I'm saying? Having the majority of Georgia recruits staying on their side of staying in their on their campus, in their stadium, or pavilion, whatever you want to call it. We see Kai Fleming, you know what I mean? Eric Chatfield, and then there's one more. Cole Carroll, you know what I mean? So 3. So
Brandon Storrs too.
Brandon Storrs from New York, but yes, I agree with you. But when you look at Jarvis Hayes, Chase Lumpkin, you know what I'm saying? There's 2 prolific scorers. Chase is probably the smoothest scorer you're going to see. Smoothest scores you're going to see out of Georgia and across the board. That's what they look like. Somebody could just, you know what I'm saying, score off the dribble. Somebody could be in his face, still shoot the ball from 30. You know what I'm saying? Real smooth, skip through the lane, real long, probably only takes 2 dribbles and a couple gather steps to get to the cup. Just highly skilled, man. One regional player of his classification, 6A, which is the highest classification you can get as a 15-year-old. So, you know what I'm saying? That's spectacular. And when you look at Jarvis Hayes, somebody who already has a pedigree, you know what I'm saying, father from Atlanta now, played at Douglas High School, you know what I mean? Went first round draft, went first overall, is now the assistant coach at Georgia State, went to Georgia for, I believe, the following remaining 3 years in college. He went somewhere else his first year, but, you know what I'm saying, top 10 lottery pick in the NBA. Suns not too far off. Just a killer, an assassin. When you look at him, smooth like Chase, but you know what I'm saying, Chase. But Jarvis is just a killer, man. And told me he wants to work on defense, averaging I think 1.4 steals, averaging like I want to say like 14 to 17 points on an Under Armour circuit. Only have 2 losses in the 16U, man. So if if Coach could get both of these young men, that'd be great. But we're hoping for just one because either way, both of them are skilled. All right, we got a comment from TriStar. Tech will be back home in the Tech will be back home in the SEC very soon. Look at the home and home schedule, and any smoke to the rumors about scheduling Auburn. That is new. I will do some research on scheduling Auburn. That'll be big, man. I think the way Tech is trending, they definitely can start scheduling some of these SEC schools. And I'm not even gonna call it an upset. I'm just gonna call it beating them because you know what I'm saying. Coach Stoudemire is recruiting at a high level, man. So, you know what I'm saying? It won't surprise me. What do you think, Naj?
Yeah, that's a good point. I'm actually going to pull up their schedule right now. So I've not heard smoke, but that would do a lot for them, in terms of the schedule. But I like this matchup playing against obviously Mississippi State. That'll be obviously huge. They announced that earlier this week. Go to SI to get the latest there, just to preview kind of that matchup. They're also going to be at the beach at Destin in the Emerald Coast Classic. They'll play up against DePaul, and they obviously got Georgia in Athens on November 14th. So I wanted to bring that up. I've not heard a lot of smoke, though. I'm not going to lie. Back to your comment. I haven't heard a lot of smoke about them playing Auburn, but that would do a lot for the resume building, obviously for Tech. Now, to see them go to the SEC, I mean, that is interesting because that's where it all started for them.
Right.
When they moved to the ACC, and we know the ACC got problems. Teams want to come out. Obviously that's the Clemsons, the Miamis of the world, and things like that. So it's very interesting to see kind of what will happen next. But to Bacon's point, going back to the recruiting, they just have to find a way. Like, I really think Damian Stoudemire is probably one of the best recruiters in the country in terms of basketball. You can't tell me he's not. He already has a top 4 class when he let him stop a job way last year, right? Now it's just getting those guys, seeing that on the court, right? Can they be a top 5 team in the ACC in basketball this upcoming year? Can they make noise in the ACC tournament, right? Can they make the NCAA tournament that's likely to expand from 72 or from 68 to 72 and maybe even 76? So those are like some of my questions for them. And this year did a really good job in the portal, but can you see that translate onto the court, right? Well, the Peyton Marshalls have an impact this year, right? Jaden Mustaf and obviously Baydongo are coming back, right? Got another good thing coming up with Kwesi Reeves coming back. Can they come in there and really help out the team? But one more to Bacon's point for bringing up this comment is they recruit them at a high level. If they can land either or, Bacon, I agree with you. That's huge because both are prolific scorers and they're long and athletic. So you can develop that. But can you keep them home? And his pops, Jarvis Pops, I think is coaching at Georgia State. That would be huge because that's right across the street, essentially. So I think he's doing a good job. Coach Stoudemire gets on these guys early, which really helps him. Mm-hmm. And yeah, like I said, when it comes to recruiting, I mean, he's top tier. He knows what he's doing. It's just seeing that translate onto the court.
Is Darvin Ham related to Dwayne Bacon? I see what you did there, brother. You call me for just a half second. You know what I'm saying? Probably, brother. You know what I'm saying? Probably just on the other side of that hip bone, you know what I'm saying? Right by the loins, you know what I mean? So probably so, man. Appreciate you tapping in, senior citizen support. But to your point, Naj, and then getting on them early, you know what I'm saying? Majority of the time, these kids come to OTE and they're right down the street.
That's it.
It's tailor made, man. It's tailor made, man, for the recruiting trajectory for Georgia Tech to keep ascending. But it's gonna be interesting. Matter of fact, Jarvis Hayes, forgot to add this point, is what was he at the top 100 camp? You know what I'm saying? He's been on no. He is at the top 100 camp. Haven't heard his name come up yet, but at the USA Juniors camp that just recently had one. The brother's been everywhere. He's been on like some of the top 2027s. You know what I'm saying? That's caught a lot of people's attention. Chase got invited to the Nike Top 100 Elite Camp back in May. Haven't seen any footage or with no one that's coming around. But like I said, these are the best wings coming out of Georgia. Top 50 players. Probably when it's all said and done, I think they could probably be top 40. But that's my thoughts.
1 sec, bro. I gotta take this call. 1 sec.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, but y'all let me know, man, if y'all agree with that. You think these young men could be top 40? Let's see. While we kind of wait, we're gonna kind of tap into the top 100 films. We didn't have that on the list. Hopefully, if you're still watching, you can share my screen. If not, I'll have to go a cappella. We don't have any videos. Don't think he sees it. All right, but no, Baba Aladutun, top player in 2027 from DC, is down there. He's going crazy. John Wall's already acknowledged him. Salam had him mic'd up. He's been doing his thing, but I know y'all want to hear about the tech targets who are doing well. Naj Reed, you know what I'm saying? He's been going crazy. Got a lot of high honors from the USA camp, top 100 camp. Been seeing his name everywhere. Let's see who else I can find. Got Taylor McKinney. If you're in Atlanta, Taylor McKinney's been doing his thing. OTE guy. Let's see. Matter of fact, I think Dwayne Bacon is just hit my mind. I believe he's still playing overseas in China. It'd be nice to see him get in the league, man. Dwayne Bacon has so much hype coming out of Florida State. The home team, Corey Sanders at Rutgers. It was a movement back in like 2015, 2016. Caleb Holt. We got some Caleb Holt footage. We'll talk about him. I'm going to talk about him a little later. Let me see. Yes. Well, we'll talk about him now. So Caleb Holt, we were talking about Caleb Holt just a little bit earlier, and he's a Georgia Tech offeree as well. Can Georgia Tech realistically get Caleb Holt to sign on that dotted line come it's time for signing day or even commit? I think it's up in the air. You know what I'm saying? Like Naj alluded to, Coach Stoudemire was on him early, right? But he's going to Florida now. And I know that's still close. It's still in proximity. It's North Florida. You can still get down there. You can still access him. And he's still in that ACC, SEC type of vibe. But he is big time. He's getting recruited by every school in the nation. You got Duke calling that. You got Kentucky. You got Arkansas. You know what I'm saying? These are heavy hitters. And it's not like there's a big compensation gap. We know full steam ahead. We know what they do. You know what I'm saying? We know what type of deep pockets Georgia Tech has. But if I'm Caleb, my coach, you know what I'm saying? I can go to Arkansas. I can go to Florida. I can go to Florida, get just as much money, and you know what I'm saying, be on the winning program. I'm from Alabama, so I don't really have any tough ties to the state of Georgia. You know what I mean? I believe he's from Bob Jones. You back. You know what I'm saying? So, brother, I'm talking about Tech.
Sorry about that, brother. That was a source.
All good, man. I know you on the cutting edge, brother. So
facts.
I'm talking about Caleb Holt. I'm just talking about, man, is it realistic for Tech to pull him off? And it's gonna be tough.
I'd say no.
You don't think so? Yeah.
No. Like Tech is starting to move to a point where they getting more like, you know, they real good at NIL. I mean, they're gonna have some money to deploy, especially with this new revenue sharing thing that we got. I just don't see him wanting to play at Tech. Not that I have any inside source. I'm not saying Tech is terrible. That's not what I'm saying. But I just don't foresee him wanting to come to Georgia Tech. You know what I'm saying? I think it'll be a more prolific, like, hybrid school. Kind of what we seen with Caleb. Like, it was cool, was flirting with it a little bit, but end of the day, man, you know, we know he's gonna go to a blue blood. I see the same kind of thing for Caleb.
Yeah, I think Tech is they're probably too realistic 3 to 4 years away from really cracking that glass ceiling for getting a big blue chip like that. Even Baba right here, mic'd up, Tech offeree 2027. You know what I mean? It's going to take that time. I think they're trending in the right direction. I think the next step for Coach Damon Stoudemire is now not just getting 1 4-star from at home or just 1 4-star period in the class. Can we get 2? Like I said, can we get Chase Lumpkin and Jarvis Hayes, or which I feel like, and we're gonna dive more into this a little later. You know what I'm saying? Probably, you know what I'm saying. But I think Jalen Wingfield, I think he's a realistic target.
Too.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Not top 10 guy, right? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Look at his offer list: Cincinnati, Mississippi State, Florida State, Georgia. You know what I mean? The biggest contender is Florida. You know what I'm saying? But and that's a very interesting school. People live. He started playing basketball. I mean, he started playing ball down there in Thomas County Central, right? That's closer to Florida. You know what I'm saying?
Right by Florida State.
Right by Florida State. So you know what I'm saying? It's proximity. But you also got tied in Cincinnati. It's where his dad played ball. But and it's or you can stay in the city, play at Georgia Tech, and you know what I'm saying, be part of the motion. I don't you know what I'm saying, it's a lot of different avenues you can go with Jalen, but I think he's a realistic target to me. But I digress.
No, I agree. I mean, I think he's a target too. It's just like you said. It's just how much motion do they really got? You know, and I mean, I think he has it. You know, obviously, you look at Coach Stoudemire. It's just getting it to pan out. You know, that's it. That's all he's missing. He knows how to do it. He's telling these kids the right conversations. He's showing it. He's replacing and retooling. Now, just you know, what I'm saying, getting it to translate on the court. I think, I'm telling you, this year he's already recruiting at a high level. If you get this year for Coach Stoudemire, if they can get to an NCAA tournament, I guarantee they'll get even better prospects coming up in the 27 class. I guarantee it. They ain't even got to do nothing crazy. Even if they win the first round,
yes,
you'll see the difference.
Yes, I agree with you, brother. They honestly have the team to do it. They're scattered there, really nice with experienced young guys for sure. But next topic on the list. We got to, you know what I'm saying, we got to touch the high school ball, man, for sure. We're gonna take a look at the transfers for the boys in Georgia high school. We can kind of, you know what I'm saying, not skim through it. We're gonna give it its just due, but definitely want to see where the motion is going in high school basketball for Georgia. All right, 6A, you got Dream Rashad.
Plays football too.
Football too, yes sir. Quarterback. Jaden Scott, coming from McKaylee School from Tennessee to Newton. MJ Curry, you know what I'm saying? We had him on the podcast a couple weeks ago, coming from Grovetown to Grayson. Very explosive prospect, doing his thing on a circuit with the Georgia Stars. Definitely my pick to win 16U Peach Jam this year. That's a very talented squad, back to back. DJ McMillan, South Cobb to Pebblebrook. That's very interesting. That's a big gift for Coach Washington. Landon Grundy, Maynard Jackson to Hillgrove. All right. Dwayne Lawton, South Gwinnett to Central Gwinnett. Another move, Preston Bush to Buford. Justin Cowan, Kennesaw Mountain, North Cobb. Let's see any big splashes. Okay, we got William Gauze, Grayson to Berkmar.
Pretty big one.
That's a big one, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's so you know about William?
Yeah, I heard about him. Like, you know, like he was behind obviously all those great players. You know, Caleb Holt was there last year. You know, he's a guy that has a lot of upside though. You heard about him like, you know, JV, just what he was doing on the court. That's a guy that has a high ceiling for sure.
Okay.
For sure. And the other name I would say on this list of Bacon, I would go with Zach Graves. Got a chance to see him play. Keldon McEachern. It's not that, you know, those two aren't that far from each other. But, you know, a big physical guard, can get to the rim, uses his body well to shift off defenders. That's a big get for McEachern because then you got Chase Lumpkin. Obviously, you're going to lose, you know, that guard they had this past year that was really good, quintessential point guard. You know, obviously no JD Palm, so you have to replace that as well. But then you still got Lumpkin with the prolific scorer. You got somebody that can, you know, handle the basketball, create offense for himself and others. I said that's a good addition to their program.
Yeah, exactly. A little update on JD. Kind of still working his way in it. You know what I'm saying? Playing with the Atlanta Express with Marcus Gillespie and Hakeem Weems. But you know what I'm saying? Struggling. But nonetheless, he's out there playing high-level basketball on the Under Armour circuit. Hope all pans out for him. You got Kamari Brown from Grayson to Middle Creek. That's interesting as well. Switching gears to 5A. Kevin Curtis, North Atlanta to Gainesville. I like the head coach up there coming from Newton. Like I said, we talked about this last year, Naj. You know, he's building something special up there and getting these type of recruits. That's big. 6'10".
Yes.
All right. Harlem to Evans. Okay. Andre Jernigan from Morrow to Langston Hughes. Like to see that move to the south side. Mikael Stevens, Howard to Houston County. 4A. Seeing one go, Tiago Lee, Langston to Mays. Okay. Mays loading up. Jabril Hall, Kelda Mays, Douglas to Mays. Dang, man, Mays has got some motion. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. Quadarius Clemens, I just see some movement to Griffin. I think Griffin's going to be decent this year in football. I've been seeing some things. Just transition to 3A real quick. All right. East Hall, Lumpkin, Sandy Creek, Trey Carmichael from McIntosh to Sandy Creek, Kevin Rogers, Maynard Jackson at the Grove, 2A. I'm not sure we'll never know anybody down here on 2A. Okay, we got some Columbia action. That's a powerhouse in basketball. 2A Columbia's been doing their thing. Devin Nelson from Baldwin, from South Georgia, all the way to the east side of Atlanta. Amos Bowie Toomer, Barton. Okay. Must be related. I'm just messing with you. Okay, Kings Ridge got some motion. 5'11", Montego Morgan, guard. Mount Vernon, JJ Page got away to Mount Vernon. Okay, double action for Mount Vernon. Another powerhouse. Noah Brady, St. Francis got a guard coming in. Justin Cunningham, Best Academy. Mojo Walk, Joe Bong. Hope I got you right, brother. Let's see if I see any more big schools. If I don't, we're going to transition to the girls real quick.
I want to talk about the non-GHSA list. This is a huge list real quick as we segue out. Coda Subtle, we know him real well from Wheeler, 2-time champion, and he transferred out from Wheeler to SoCal in California. Very interesting move there. Like I said, I think he was one of the best defenders in the state. So just interesting to see that and see him obviously go somewhere else. 2 Milton players, Grady Ward and Luke Turney out from Milton to Fulton Science Academy. Very interesting moves for them as well. I think that was massive. To see that Alex Pace, who was formerly of Norcross, the Next Level Academy, he obviously transferred all the way up to New Jersey. We know that's kind of a mecca for hoops, that New York Tri-City or Tri-State area. So we know how good that is. And then Taj Sharagba is a huge get for Huntington Prep. Obviously, we know another standout team on the basketball realms as well. He was one of the top players in that 2027 class. So to see him transfer out to a more dynamic school, I think is huge. And last but not least, Nathan Earl, another Milton player out to Next Level Academy, is huge news. And we talked about, obviously, Caleb Holt a little bit earlier.
Absolutely, man. And this non-GHA list, this shows you, man, just what type of talent that the state of Georgia has, man. And people are they're very highly sought after prospects. We're gonna do this and come back. But yeah. So those are the lists. Actually, I just messed up. Give me 1 second, y'all. I'm finna pull up the girls' list real quick. All right. To the girls, quick 6A, Jasmine Brown, Notre Dame Academy to Archer. That's got to be an out-of-state school. GAC to Discovery, Arabia Mountain. Kobe Obi, GAC to McEachern. I feel like I've heard that name as well. Paris Floyd, Butler to Grovetown. Whitfield Academy to Archer, Haley Holder. Paris Coleman, South Cobb to Carrollton. Carrollton keeps a good program. 5'7" guard. I'm saying big guard for the women's, right? Anaya Mosley, Chattahoochee to Collins Hill. 5A. Second girl. Westlake to Langston Hughes. Judea Beatty. Or Beatty. Let's see what else we got. Peyton McGuire, St. Francis de Pope. Again, now if you see anybody that you know I have a report on, don't hesitate to jump in.
That Stephanie Schatz from St. John Bosco, California. BT is very intriguing. Final kind of year. BT hasn't been good in hoops in a little minute in terms of girls' side. So that'd be something kind of to watch to see what kind of happens there. What was another one I wanted to mention? Let me see. Nah, you keep going. You keep scrolling. Right there. Yeah, 3A. Yeah, that one right there. 2027, Naima Foster. That's an interesting one as well, Bacon. From Griffin to Luella. Luella usually has a really good program in terms of the girls' hoops. Really outstanding coach they have over there. So that's not that far from Luella, if you know, like that Griffin kind of South Side area. So that's really interesting. I think that really bolsters their roster. She's 6'2", so she's obviously a paint beast. Can finish around the rim, shoot the basketball, score. So she's obviously one as well. Evans Delaney, both of the Tate sisters, Chabria Tate, and then I'm just gonna say S Tate. I don't want to mess up her name. Laney's another school that we see was playing some high end basketball this year. Very interesting to see them obviously go there to help bolster their team. And then Shamira Moss, same thing, that rivalry with Butler and Josie. Josie got a couple games on them. Same thing, Butler got a game or so on Josie. So interesting to see kind of her go to a rival school as well, to see what she's going to be able to bring. And then obviously, last but not least, look at Hebron Christian. Hebron Christian ended up losing in the state championship last year. Now you see they get an IMG player in Mia Huckabee who to come in to plug and play for them, and then Kobe Barnes as well from Lakeside Evans there. They came up just a little bit short, but it just was, the other team's year in the private classification. And I think that's how you retool. They dealt with so many injuries this year. They should be right back in that conversation.
Absolutely. I agree with your great report, Naj.
Sure.
We got Woodstock Galloway. Galloway keeps a good program. Tracy Wakefield. That's big 5'7" guard. And the non-GSA Liz big time. Naomi Bailey. I'm saying? Lakeside Evans to Westminster Augusta. Plus Emma Hughes, Lakeside to Augusta Christian. Kate Colton, North Forsyth to Horizon Christian. So, I'm saying? Again, not just on the boys' side, but the girls' side as well, man. There's a lot of talent, not even hidden gems, just a lot of talent coming out of the state of Georgia per capita.
Real quick, man, I want to say this, man. Shout out to all the people tuning in, man. Y'all are going crazy on YouTube for Bacon. You're up to 17 live viewers right now. I'm up to 8. I've hit 10. So shout out to y'all for tuning in. I don't know if it's the title that got y'all trending like that, but we appreciate the coverage. I know NBA Finals coverage is hot right now. Michael Beasley 1v1. So just say shout out to y'all. If y'all watching, y'all not subscribed, like, comment, and subscribe to both our handles at Bacon Network and at Najee Work. We greatly appreciate it.
100%. Definitely stay tapped in. We're going in order. We're going high school, college. Then we're going to get into, not what y'all came to see, but what intrigued y'all to come to see. Because we definitely informed y'all it was a good game. So don't play with the brothers for sure. All right. Let's see. Oh, man, we got to talk about Kobe Landrew. Kobe Landrew's been a name, another Georgia Tech target who's been catching attention. One of the top names at the top 100 camps, been featured on Swiss Cultures. Transferring in last year from Thompson, Alabama. You know what I mean? So, again, for you, brother, what you shaking your head for?
I just don't understand if you're ESPN high, he's not a top 100 kid. It just doesn't make no damn sense to me. I don't get it. And not even to comfort him, but I mean, like, and then it's like, oh, well, he's underrated. Like, bro, y'all know this kid is good. This kid dropped 19 in the state championship game. Like, he's ranked on every other platform. What are we doing?
Play the national schedule.
Playing that, like, what are we doing, bro? So, I mean, I'm glad he's getting the notice. I'm glad Switch Cultures are shouting him out. We obviously know once they get steam on you, you pretty much, I don't want to say made it, but you know. You know what I'm saying? Switch Culture is that big. So, I just don't understand what took them so damn long to see that. But I'm happy for him, man. I'm not surprised. Actually, we've seen him up close and personal a couple of times, Bacon. We know how special that kid is, man. He can create off the dribble. We got highlight mixtapes of him, man, shooting the ball at a high level, prolific scorer, defending the basketball well. I'm not surprised, man. But I'm glad to see, him get on that national platform and level, even though he's on a national powerhouse team, Wheeler. But just good to see him get some shine finally.
Well, I mean, brother, he is at the NBA Players Association top 100 camp. You know what I'm saying? So that tells you all you need to know right there. And also playing on Game Elite, undefeated right now. That helps out. It helps out as well. But for him not to be rated on ESPN, they are dropping the ball there. But back to the Georgia Tech thing. He has a Georgia Tech offer. He'll probably catch steam. He's probably gonna be get any offer he wants. But how realistic is it to see Landrew in the gold and blue, in your opinion?
I don't know. Again, another tough question because it's just, I don't want to keep beating a dead horse and reverberating the same points, but it's just, I think until Tech shows that ability to win and to be a consistent player in the tournament and to have these high end teams, I don't see them landing even in a state just those projects. Now they got, like I said, they got Mustafa Job, Muhammad Silla. Like I respect that. He's a hell of a recruiter. It got to translate. So that's why I said I'm still up in arms. I think until we see them do that at a consistent level, then you'll start getting landing guys like a Coben Landrew and stuff like that. Because Tech has a lot going. Like you got the academics, you got the 40-year plan. A lot of people love that because you know you're gonna be set even if the basketball doesn't work out or whatever sport. But it's just like, does it translate? That's the biggest question. Are they in the conversation right now? Yes, but again, once a blue blood offer you, it's tough. Go look at your boy Cole Rosario. We haven't even talked about him. He absolutely blew up on the circuit, like Kansas. I think it was Duke, UNC. So all it takes, as we see with the players, it takes that one summer. You know, if you have a good summer and you balling, and you put the offers come in.
100%. Yeah, definitely shout out to Cole, man. He's been definitely doing his thing. Talking about shooting the ball at a high clip. You know what I'm saying? Somebody's gonna go in and rebound, give you 110% every possession. That's what you get when you get Cole Rosario. Early crystal ball, no inside intel. I think he likes the Duke Blue Devils. You know what I'm saying? He just went on a little spree. I think he hit Duke, maybe Louisville as well, if I'm not mistaken, and Oregon. But I think he's a Dookie, bro. I think he's a Dookie. I might have to go back to our interview, but I think he said something about North Carolina. But I'll go back and do my homework. But we're gonna kind of give the Tech fans and people in here that's you know what I'm saying, interested, right? They're watching this. We're talking about Georgia Tech basketball. We're gonna give them a clear picture of kind of what's realistic and, you know what I'm saying, who's trending, you know what I'm saying, towards Tech, or who kind of is in who's in the running, who Tech is in the running for, right? We already talked about Caleb Holt. Caden Allen, you know what I'm saying, a former Georgia kid, went to Grayson, is at where is he at? Purple and gold. Where Cooper Flagg played. Man. Anyway, it'll come to me in a second. But Caden Allen, I believe, is a possibility. You know what I'm saying, to possibly, you know what I'm saying, because another guy Tech was on early, you know what I'm saying, a visit, you know what I'm saying, one of the most elite scorers. Hasn't necessarily blown up yet, but he is a 4-star. I think that's somebody who's a realistic option right now. Of course, we'll never know until it comes down to the end with recruiting, but Caden Allen will be a nice pickup. 6'5", plays defense, got a mind for the game. When he was playing with the Georgia Stars, he was the leading scorer. I think, for the 15U during his time with them. So that's big. We're going to look at Manny Green, another one, you know what I'm saying, is in another in-state prospect, you know what I'm saying, who Tech was on. I think Tech offered him a little late, if I'm not mistaken. But, you know what I'm saying, Manny Green, big guard, 6'6", athletic, can't shoot the ball. I think he's better going to the cup, needs to develop that outside shot, but can knock down the mid-range. Again, that's another prospect who is, I'm saying, a realistic candidate for Georgia Tech. Coben Landrew, who we just talked about. But actually, before we get there, you know what I'm saying, Naj, you know what I'm saying, what do you think about Manny and possibly being at Tech?
I like Manny. I think Manny has a really good game. I think, you know, like I said, I talked about a little bit in the last year, just devising a play for your best player in the state championship. He has to touch the basketball. But Manny Green is a dude. He knows what he's doing. You know, he can defend at a high level. I just think at times he got to be more aggressive, you know what I'm saying, and demanding the basketball. And that could be play making the ball. That could be curling off screens. He's just too good not to touch the ball late. He's too good not to touch the ball for 3 or 4 minutes in a game. I don't care who's on the team. I know they got Javante Floyd and some other high-end prospects, but it's like, bro, that kid should be touching the ball. Now, that one could be a little bit more real, you know, in terms of his interest in Tech, but still hard to say, man, because, you know, 2026, it's like right now, Bacon, like they're putting their name, the period to watch is what I sent you. I think it's in next weekend, live period. That's going to tell you a lot, because that's when the college coaches are coming out and seeing these kids, who gets offers, you know what I'm saying, who is, because you still got the loose ends of 2025 finding spots, not the high-end guys. High-end guys are done, but I'm saying the loose ends of 2025 still trying to find homes. So that live period next week is going to tell you a lot about what coaches are high on them, who Tech offers 26, 27s, 28s, and seeing who they like, you know what I'm saying, as well. So that'll tell us a lot. And then when they start getting those visits, hey, I'm going to probably line up a visit here, there, but there is a chance. I will say that. I'm saying it's a high end chance, but there is a chance.
100%. We talked about Landrew, Jalen Wingfield, another person we talked about early. You know what I mean? In the city of Atlanta right now, Tri-Cities. You know what I'm saying? Let's look at his offer list real quick. It's got Auburn. That's a big one. Cincinnati is where his pops play school. Alabama. So, you know what I mean? It's kind of like everybody. It's open season, but, you know what I'm saying? Tech has access, right? They have access. You know what I mean? So that's another name to watch. Marcus Gillespie. Marcus Gillespie talked to him. He likes Tech. He likes Tech right now. Really underrated. This is probably a name you need to circle. You know what I'm saying? Let's take a look at his offer list while we're here. Got Tech, Appalachian State, Arkansas State, Fairfield, FIU. Another person who I like to really blow up. You know what I'm saying? He's eating up the U Under Armour circuit. I can't remember his numbers, but he's been cooking, man. You know what I'm saying? Every time I see him, man, it just gets better and better, being primarily defender at OTE per coach's request. Injuries happen on the blue checks. That's blue checks. Cold Heart, excuse me. And kid just goes. Same thing for Atlanta Express. Kid just cooking right now. Then playing with OTE, he just refined his skills, man. He just killing. So another team to watch for the UA circuit. I believe they have like 3 losses. Like I said, a loaded team. Hakeem Williams himself and others. So like I said, circle this name for sure. Alou Diem, another guy I'm bullish on. Right, very close friends with Mosilla. Committed to Tech not too long ago. You know what I'm saying? In his commitment video, man, you know what I'm saying? He had the GT polo on with the glasses. So, I mean, I think Lou, he's a 3-star right now. He'll be somebody if I'm a demo starter. I'm definitely trying to lock in. He's a development piece, you know what I'm saying? He's 6. How tall is Lou? 6. He's 6'10", possibly go 6'11", 7 foot, possibly, but 6'10" that's big. Has the ability, you know what I'm saying, to dribble the ball up the court, playing for AZ Unity right now out there in Arizona, not getting heavy minutes. That's to me, that's because he hasn't his bodies. He ain't caught up with his body yet. You know what I'm saying? Mo is just well put together, play on a Basketball African League. But Mo is somebody to me who can be like a Chet Holmgren, you know what I'm saying? What's his name out there in Phoenix? I got Isaac out there in Orlando. But my thing is, you know what I'm saying, the brother he can put the ball on the floor, he takes shots, you know what I'm saying? He just has to refine it and break that down. You know what I'm saying? If I bring him in to Tech, if I'm Coach Daniel Stoudemire, early on, I may throw him with the bigs. That's where I'm going to need you the most, being 6'10". But as we progress through that year, it's going to be, all right, Lou, we're going to be 70-30. We're going to be 60-40. 70 time with the bigs, 30 time with the guards, because he has those guard-like abilities, which I believe he can be big time. Like Bo is the name I was looking for. He has Bo potential, and I believe, you know what I'm saying, when he gets all his things together, I believe he, you know what I'm saying, at a finished level, if he was put on high school as a 5-star prospect. But that's how bullish I am on Lou Diem. And let's see, that may there's a couple more in here. Caden Samuels has been going crazy. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's another one, kind of like Caleb Holt. It's got every offer in the world right now coming at him, but you know what I'm saying? That's a big one. Let's see. So Zaire Muhammad Gray, formidable guy, defender. He's a guy I was circled as well out of Pittsburgh. I mean, out of Philly. You know what I'm saying? He's got that grit to him. And Devin Hutchinson, you know what I'm saying? We'll see. I'll look at his offers real quick. Georgia State, Georgia Tech, Ole Miss. You know what I'm saying? I'll throw this one to you, Najeh. I don't want to talk the whole time, but I really think Devin Hutchinson is a realistic prospect that could land at Georgia Tech.
Yeah, underrated guy too with a 3-star ranking. Really good guard for Holy Innocents. one of the reasons why they ended up winning the championship. Him, obviously, Kingston Woody was another one. They just had more depth this year, which made them a potent team. You know what I'm saying? So, he's a guy underrated, but 6'4", 180, sky's the limit for him. Could be a prolific scorer on the other end, and also can defend. So, really good guard.
There it is, ladies and gentlemen. Like I said, these are the names. If you're a Tech fans, if you're a Tech basketball admirers, could you see what Coach Damon Stoudemire is doing? These are teams, these are some names that I'm very bullish on, and we'll keep you in tune with periodically check-ins on recruiting, especially after next week's session in Cartersville. So that'll wrap up the college section. I'm saying I took out some topics because we're going to spend some time on the NBA and Mike Beasley, Lance Stephenson reaction. But game 3 last night, Indiana was at home. They pulled it off. Close game. They ended up winning by 10 points. To me, the X factor is Obi Toppin.
No.
I mean, he's the X factor, brother.
Yeah, but not last night. It was not him.
He is thing.
No.
Who you think is the X factor, man?
It was Benedict Mathurin yesterday.
Mathurin, he was
without him. They don't win that game, bro.
Scoring wise, but in terms of like deep, I'm talking like the plays, the behind the scenes plays, like the putback dunks, the rebounds. You know what I'm saying?
No, I feel you. No, you're right. No, 100%. But I feel like you're right. But he only had 8 points, 6 boards. I feel like Mathurin, really kept them in it because when OKC was trying to pull away, every time they was going a little run, he had a big like 4 or 5. He's like, okay, OKC finna win this. He had a big shot, play around the rim, finish through contact. Like now in this series, I would go Toppin, but who had the best impact? It was definitely Mathurin last night for sure.
27, 9 for 12. He lit it up. He lit it up.
He was efficient too with it.
Efficient. And I'm saying, and he had a block. You know what I'm saying? Well, I mean, the whole team is good defenders in their own right. You know what I mean? Other than you could possibly say them hard just being a smaller guard, but yeah, for sure. You know what I'm saying? If you want to give Mathurin, you know what I'm saying, the overall X factor last night, I can't argue with you there. You know what I mean? Along with Halliburton's big play potential, he knocked down floaters from 15 feet out. Pascal doing this thing, looking like Pascal just do it all. I mean, I don't think he was putting the ball on the floor as efficiently as he is now back in Toronto. But the biggest takeaway for me last night was just how they didn't stop Shea, but they slowed him down, blessing them with double team, just frustrated. You could just see him frustrated all night. He really poured more energy until his teammates did it offensively, if you ask me. But aside from those points, man, I'm saying, what else? Why do you think that Indiana was able to pull out the win last night?
Just turnovers, man. You can't turn over the ball as much as they did, and it was careless stuff. Like early on in the game, you're trying to pull away, you throw the ball. TJ McConnell throw the ball to him. He picks it off. Then it's another one, Caruso. You throw the ball, he picks it off, and you're going on these runs, and then what I'm saying, you just unable. And then you're unable to pull off or pull away because just senseless stuff. You're not looking when you throw the ball. He just sneaking down and taking it away. So I think that was part of it. I would, to your point, Bacon, just them full court pressing. They did the same thing to Jalen Brunson, just full court press the whole game. Like not letting you feel comfortable, making you dribble down the clock, give you 13, 14 seconds to operate. Now, Jalen Williams did a good job of stepping up and being that extra ball handler, which they're going to need. And Chet did his thing too. But the bench points in this game was huge for the Pacers. I think they had like 30 points at half, and then the Thunder had 11. Now, that's when we talk about like the young teams, right? Because you need other players to step up. We're looking years past, right? You had like the Warriors, Jordan Poole, stepping up big, coming off the bench. Andre Iguodala, more recently the Celtics. You see guys, coming off the bench, having big Peyton Pritchards, like OKC needs that guy. Now, Lou Dort did his thing, but he starts for them. Who is going to be that guy when on the road that can step up? Now, Caruso ball.
Yeah.
Caruso ball in that game too, right? They don't win that game without him. He had like 5 threes, right? And then you had obviously Williams who did good. But you go and look at this game, Bacon knows a struggle. Nobody else had double figures besides the starters, right? Casey Wallace, 7 points. Caruso, 8 points. Hartenstein, 4 points. Aaron Wiggins didn't score. Remember, he had that big game in game 2. Isaiah Joe, 6 points. That's it. You know what I'm saying? You need more, especially if and then Shea, if they're gonna play him like that, Shea is gonna need more rest. So when he comes out of the game, they gotta be able to keep a run. They gotta be able to, keep it within striking distance. So when he comes in, it's a difference. And yeah, like you said, I think the biggest thing was he was overly tired. You could see it. And he was trying to get the fouls. They was real physical with him, which I get it. It's the finals. You're not gonna get the same whistles, same calls. So he's just gonna have to find a way to navigate around it.
100%. Yeah, to your point, over 40 points last night off the bench for the Pacers to Oklahoma's like maybe close to 20. Close to 20. So I'm saying that's definitely a big difference. I think the adjustment moving forward for Oklahoma is just maybe freeing Shea off some screens, get him to run around just a tad bit more. But like you said, the biggest thing is getting him some rest, so allowing him to not feel pressed to come back on the court, man. So we want to see that bench do something for Oklahoma.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, you can't give the ball to TJ McConnell. You know what I'm saying? You can't just let him snipe you. I know his pops was in the crowd, man. He was feeling that energy, feeling that aura from, but you know what I'm saying? You can't. I know bench players play better at home. You know what I'm saying? First game in Indiana, but I think they'll adjust, and I think they'll be better. I think they'll be ready.
Do you think they're in trouble?
I think they're in trouble. I do think Oklahoma City is in trouble. There are some great adjustments. You know what I'm saying? And not Oklahoma. Indiana is just a machine that's deep. They are very deep. And that was my question mark coming into the series for Oklahoma. They're not as deep as them, man. You know what I'm saying? Indiana's more of a well-oiled machine. And then they got a great coach. You know what I'm saying? Coach,
not everybody would agree with you either. A lot of people think that OKC has the better team.
They had a better front five, maybe front seven.
No, even top to bottom, twin. All the way down to 12, 15. Yeah, a lot of people think that.
Caruso is Harden's. I'll start with Caruso. Caruso has been there. He's experienced, but Caruso is 6'5". You know what I mean? That's not really going. He's gonna burn your eyelids off. You know what I'm saying? Catch and shoot. You know what I mean? Hardenstein, I need to see a little more from Hardenstein. You know what I mean? He's good, but I need to see a little more from him. I like Jalen Williams. You know what I mean? He can do his thing. We didn't see too much from him last night. We really haven't seen too much from the series. But when you look at the roster for the Pacers, you got Obi Toppin, Mathurin coming off the bench, Ben Shepherd. You know what I'm saying? These guys. We haven't even seen James Johnson, you know what I'm saying? He's just sitting on the bench being a bodyguard. But
Facts.
TJ McConnell, you know what I'm saying? These are guys that have experience, man, coming from Arizona, you know what I mean? Having that big time Pac-12, Pac-10, maybe at the time experience. I just lean more towards the Indiana side of the bench.
Interesting. Okay. So you like Indiana better. All right. And you still, so I'm assuming you're gonna take Indiana to win the series. Hold on one second. Forget about this out.
Oh, good, brother. Yeah, I'm gonna take Indiana to win the series, man. It's a lot to deal with. It's a lot to deal with, ladies and gentlemen. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, Toppins is a big X factor off the bench for me, but it's Pascal's ability to come in and knock down shots, take some of the pressure off Halliburton. Halliburton comes in, plays a traditional point guard, but he has the big playability to burn your eyelids off at key moments. Nembhard running around, knocking down shots. Mathurin, they can't forget about Neesmith. And these are all big wing defenders. Now, what OKC has working for themselves is they're going to play defense. They're very long on defense. They can turn the ball over. But when Indiana slows down, and we know they like to get out and run, but when they can limit their turnovers, I just think they're hard to beat, man. Hard to beat. Small margin for error. It was large margin for Indiana to win.
So you're taking Indiana to win the series, basically?
Yeah, I'm taking them to win. I'm still hoping for a good series because I'm only in my fans and the fan of the game and not wanting to see the NBA season end is saying it's going to go 7. But after last night, I'm thinking
Don't
5.
say 6 or 5. Relax, bro.
5 or 6. Now 5 is alarming. 5 is alarming. I think that's far fetched. We need to see what's going to happen tomorrow. Tomorrow. But 6. after last night, I got 6 vibes because it was close, but Shea was gassed, brother. If
He
one
was
for
gassed.
Luke,
He was
I don't
gassed.
know.
He was gassed, but I still think they got a shot, and I still think that they're going to adjust to this. And a lot of people counted out Golden State against Boston. 2-1. It was down, and they came back and won. Now, I know 81% of people win the series when they go up 2-1, but I just think this team, they have enough to do it, and I think they know how to adjust. And it ain't just Shea. You know what I'm saying? They got other guys that are real potent and really good. But it's just going to be coming down on the turnovers. And I think throwing different bodies at Halliburton. That's what they did to Shea. Throw different bodies at him. Get him tired out. You know what I'm saying? And obviously he's a playmaker at heart, but being able to slow down some of their other pieces. You know what I'm saying? If you could slow down a Siakam or not box out a Obi Toppin. To your point, Hartstein has to play better. Toppin shouldn't be outboarding him. You know what I'm saying? Shit, defensively can play a little bit better. So there's just different things we could see that could help them out. But I still think it goes 6. I got OKC in 6. It may go 7. We never know. But I want to ask you this, brother. Do you think everyone's complaining about maybe the viewership? My personal opinion is I think this is one of the better finals we've seen in a while.
Yes.
That's just me. I mean, it's back and forth, neck and neck every dang game except game 2. High stake leverage moments coming down to the end. But I want to get your take of what you think. Do you think this finals hasn't been good? I think it's been one of the better ones. I know it's small market. Everybody gets so caught up in that. But this ain't a blowout. This is actually exciting. Which one we see? This is like the true, like this is how you know you're a true fan of the sport of basketball, true savant. And I feel like that's what we're seeing.
Before I get into that, Chet Holmgren's got to be more consistent. I think
I agree.
South of 15 points the past 2 games. Oklahoma City is going to need production from him consistently for them in order to be Indiana. But I agree with you. I mean, what we're witnessing right now in the NBA is a changing of the guard. If this is 3 to 5 years from now, we'll see this finals. I don't think we have this problem. You know what I'm saying? Tyler Burton is a superstar. They had him on WWE. Shea Gilgeous has been all over. He's a superstar. Yes, this has been the most intense finals in the past 5 years to me. You know,
I agree. But so you think Halliburton's a superstar?
Halliburton is a superstar.
Some people don't think so.
They don't think so because it led to the party. You know what I'm saying? Last night we saw his father. Whenever Halliburton name is forever etched in the NBA. Is forever etched in the NBA. When his father got into that skirmish with Giannis. Now I know it's like, baby, that's not basketball, but that is an iconic moment in NBA that's going to be a mark. We look back like that's the year when that guy Halliburton took off. Now, mind you, against New York, you know what I'm saying? If he would have hit that 3 with that choke, that's another iconic moment. And then it wasn't even the game winner. Yes, they won that night. Hit the game winner, game 1. He's big time. And again, when you don't eat, when they bring you on WWE, they don't bring you on no scrubs, man. WWE is entering back into a golden era of wrestling. They're not gonna do that.
So good. So Magic was like today on First Take. He said a superstar is somebody that can sell out. He said it had nothing to do with basketball. But he said somebody that can go on the road, that they can sell out the arena, the gym, essentially, right? Like you're going home to go see him, right? Like, oh, wasn't McCullough's playing today? I'm gonna go check him out. I gotta watch him play. So like, I don't feel like he's at that level, according to Magic's terms, but according to that, do you think he lives up to that?
I think he lives up to that. I think NBA is not only in a changing of the guard in terms of the players, but changing the guard potentially how they sell their tickets. We'll think about what type of, I know it's basketball. We'll think about what type of economy we're in. It's tough for the average, middle class man right now just to, especially go to a finals game. You know what I mean? And
very expensive.
The arena is packed right now. You know what I'm saying? So
good point.
Yeah, but I stand on the 10 toes. I believe Tyrese Halliburton is big time.
Okay. All right. I will leave it there. I just wanted to get your thoughts, see what you thought about. I think he's big time too. I think he's like one tier below superstar. I think he's a star. I think he's a budding superstar. I think it's just the consistency. But he's a different kind of player. He's not a prolific scorer. Can he score? Yes, but his primary role is a playmaker. run the offense, set up your teammates on the platter, and then he just has this clutch gene like nobody else. So I think that's what makes him potent and different.
Absolutely not. And let's not to forget that he was, I know he didn't play, but he was on that Team USA team that won gold. He didn't play, but he was selected. Now, could Jaylen Brown have been on that team? Yes, but he was on that team. All right. We're gonna jump into this reaction. You know what I'm saying? I think this is gonna be big for moving forward, not just for the enjoyment of our views, but our ability to get caught up in the algorithm. I like to call it the algae, but like I said, it's been pretty popular. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, everybody's seeing it right now, but you haven't watched it with the guys. So,
I just my thing on this is how do you do this without getting copyrighted? It's my biggest thing. But people do it all the time.
yeah,
I know they're making money from it because it's reaction channels
right.
with ads. So like that part I don't understand.
Well, I mean, you can still have ads on the video whether you get monetized or not. For us, man, whether we monetize this or not, brother, we're not making crazy money from the tube. You know what I'm saying, from supporters, you know what I'm saying, who chip in, you know what I'm saying, we make a little money there. Manifestation.
Yeah, make a little coin.
Make a little coin.
Make a little coin.
Appreciate y'all.
Yeah, a little coin.
But I just think, like I said, I think it's gonna be big for us to get caught up in the algorithm. Like we do this, you know what I'm saying. I'm gonna clip this up, just this segment, throw it on YouTube. Oh man, these guys do this. Oh, and they do that. I mean, that's my thing. You know what I'm saying, it's taking a step back to take 20 steps forward. The XRP of content. But,
like this, I used to bring it to camps.
all right.
Like,
oh no! Oh no!
I will turn the audio down. We'll chip the audio in and out. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I know it was talking about him having this taking the shirt off.
He smoked them.
Now they said that was a carry. And now when I first saw it, I don't know.
He cooked him on that though, dog.
He could, yeah.
Oh,
That was crazy.
I don't see it, bro. I don't see the carry. He
right.
dropped it down.
See, when he eventually get out, that's a carry. But I saw it one time and got on. But yeah, I think that's smooth.
That sounds like some hating right now.
Yeah, man. Mike Beasley, this is a different breed, bro.
Lord.
They said he beat Braun 30 times straight when he was.
I was just about to ask you about that if you wanted to talk about that. Him saying that, if you think there's any plausibility to that, or you think he's talking.
Mario Chalmers came out and confirmed it. I think it was somebody else came out and confirmed it. Like, yeah, he did that.
Interesting.
That's crazy how stuff like that get out like 5-10 years later. And I understand Braun was him at that time, but
yeah, he was.
Yeah, Beasley was on his way out, unfortunately, but they got the leaf on the jersey. But I'm telling you, boy.
You know what though? They are saying that obviously Braun is not a one-on-one player, so that kind of does make sense though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They're saying Braun is more so he's like a team basketball, like a 5v5 player. Some players are like that.
That's true. I think Braun's probably a better 1v1 player now because he can shoot the ball.
True, because he was just downhill attack all day.
What they boys sitting down? They had intermission.
Yeah, I guess so. You know they old.
Yeah, that's facts. That boy look. That boy B's like I'm sitting down because he tired. I'm ready to go.
Right. What did I sign? Like, what did I sign myself up for?
Did you see like the interview the little hype interview they did where he was talking, Beasley was talking crazy?
Yeah, bro. I was gonna get your thoughts on that. I was like, that is a little too much. I mean, I've heard trash talking, but he was taking that to another level, dog. Maybe I'm overlooking it, but I just don't.
Nah, you're not overlooking it. That was too extreme. I get to sell tickets.
Cool, like, you know what I'm saying, but I'm gonna make you this, and hey, bro, like, pause, bro, pause. Yeah. But yeah, I wasn't really digging that, but I guess everybody talks trash different. I guess.
Hey, facts. I don't think he's gay. I mean, obviously it worked. You know what I'm saying? We'll watch. I mean, people were going to watch this stream regardless, but.
Defense right there.
Lance was very confident coming into it. You know what I mean?
That's how he naturally is, though.
But this is Beasley.
I mean, probably one of the better one-on-one players you'll see, bro.
Facts. And then shortly after that, he was at OTE. You know what I'm saying? Teaching the young boys, giving them pointers. Look at that, bro. Off the footwork. How much time you got, bro? I know you got to depart here soon. We'll do it.
Oh no, you good. I got like another 20 minutes. You straight.
All right.
Let's see.
Back to the basket.
Get you off of me. Yeah. Pivot foot on the ground.
Good Lord. Now, see, that look like a carry to me, bro. I know I can't see, but that look awkward to you?
That did kind of look a little awkward on that one.
Back.
The other one, no. That one, yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, come on. Yeah, he did, bro.
Yeah. Like
And then look how far he went.
Tough.
Yeah, he's definitely cuffing that. And then look how he went all the way to the other side. Yeah, no.
Hold on. Let me see that again.
Yeah, look how far he's going to go. Look, he's there. Look how far he goes.
I don't know. Look, so like, all right.
Look.
He's cuffed.
Spin, cuff. Look where he's at.
He's going to take
1, 2, 3, 4. Come on, bro. Did he dribble again?
Nah, he didn't dribble again.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's something right there.
Get at us in the chat, man. Is that a travel or no?
Maybe we tripping.
I know the game has evolved. James Harden kind of changed this whole pickup, step back, everything. But Lance wanted to replay.
Probably challenging the call.
Definitely. Did they count that bucket? From 30. Boy, Lance put the shirt on and take it out to take it back off again. That's nice. That's a Lance move right there.
That's nice. A little smooth step back.
Yeah.
Hit it though.
That's tough. He's just bigger than him. Why I feel like we've seen this move? He probably just cooked him with the same move. I believe it was like 100,000 to a charity, right?
I think so. Yep.
The next up chapter. Nice. Yeah, everything nice. Fluid.
Mm-hmm.
Is this something you would attend? Like, you know what I'm saying? As a media person or as a fan?
You talking about like older players or just one-on-one in general?
Or this in particular. You know, this is something like it was high energy. You know, Beasley is a show. He's a showman. Well, both of them are showmen. Turn.
That's crazy, bro. We try to give you the action. You don't want
to give you the action, brother. We're trying to liven this thing up. We're trying to get caught in the algorithm, man. We're trying to get caught in the motion.
Yeah, man. This the hottest topic right now, my guy. Look what he want to see. Man, he's an Anthony Edwards fan. I respect that, though. I respect that.
We can get something for you, brother. You know what I'm saying? We can tap into this 85 soon. What you thinking so far, though, brother? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You think it's worthy of the time?
It's smooth. I mean, I don't have. I mean, you're just seeing different level like one-on-one basketball as they used to play. I mean, I think it's smooth.
It's like pick a whole lot of talking, not a lot of action.
Nah, bro. It's the towels for me. It's the towels for me, bro, and always goes to the side. Hey, we appreciate you, Elijah Cole, man. Keep doing what y'all doing. Black communities on top. Hey, man, much love, bro. Can man, shoot us a subscribe on the tube, bro. We really appreciate it, man. We're trying to turn up our basketball, man. It's a lane me and him both trying to get into. Easier said than done, but we would love a subscribe, man, if you can, brother. It is free. We don't charge, man. Every Thursday night we be on here doing the basketball pod.
For sure. What's your favorite team, man? NBA, obviously. I'm assuming it's the Timberwolves, NBA, but like college. I'm saying who you support?
Let's see. Smooth little, got a little pivot foot right there.
Goodness.
He hit that like it was nothing. Like he been practicing that shot. That's how he hit that. That was just a smooth little pivot. I'm gonna come up. I'm gonna shoot it.
How is this not? Oh, he threw. Oh, my boy trying to hit him with that trip.
Oh. Why are you looking like that, bro? Why you looking like that, bro?
He's a clown, bro.
Straight clown, bro.
That's probably what he knew. Well, it's 8-9 here.
It's early still.
Yeah, it's early. But Lance can't. It's evident that Lance can't guard him though.
Mm-mm.
We knew this though. I think B. Jennings and somebody else talked about playing 1-on-1.
It's good entertainment.
Yeah, it's good entertainment for the the right matchup. We don't want to see B. Jennings and I mean Jeff T. I like Jeff T. But B. Jennings ain't ready, man. I think it's B. Jennings and Lou Will. Like Lou Will should win that expeditiously. You know what I mean? Lou Will who's in the ABL. I think he's in more basketball shape. Jennings is taking some time off. They doing free throws. We'll speed
Free
pass.
throws in a 1v1 is crazy.
That is crazy.
I ain't gonna hold you.
No, we didn't.
He did foul him though.
Back to the free throw line. Yeah, we'll speed pass all this. All right, Lance, make him dance. Oh my lord, that's nice.
There you go. I was gonna say it's your $1 move, 10-cent finish, but he finished it. Respect.
That was his best move of the night. It had to be.
Easily the best move of the night. Little shamrock in between his legs. Yeah, that was smooth. I give him that. But he's never been like a defender like that. He's always been an offensive player.
Yeah, always.
Yeah, which surprised he didn't score more.
How many did he score? You looked at the end? No, we can look at the end real quick. Oh, he scored 21 points.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see how much time we got. So let's get to the middle, man. We gotta see some action here, man. We want to see, you know what I'm saying, when the gas tank is a little low. Okay.
Yeah, body, rise. Nothing crazy about that one. Just use your body. You stronger. You bigger. Get you off me. Rise. Nothing crazy on that one.
Esto es un recordatorio. Practice Spanish para language learning.
Love to hear it.
Un recordatorio.
I said we love to hear the Spanish lady in the background.
I'm dead. That's the Alexa.
See. All right, Lance, get you.
You can tell Lance tired though. Like it just rose, like didn't do nothing, ain't trying to break. And that's another time. Like if you play basketball, you get tired. You just shooting jump shots. You're not even trying to drive to the rim no more. You still got the energy. Look, come on, bro. You just missed it. That's a hell of a move.
Man, just give me AAU vibes.
In facts. Not them sitting down mid match, bro. It's the sit down mid match for me, dog.
I'm telling you.
With the water, like they act like they in the heavyweight fight, bro.
Facts.
Boxing, bro. Like what?
It's the 10th round, man. Championship round.
Ain't no way in hell, bro.
Keep your hands up. Keep your chin tucked. He's killing with your right. Keep that left up.
Hey, yo, bro. I can't.
How many people you think's in there, bro? Probably, I say at least 5. 500.
Yeah, that's up there. Ooh,
That's nice.
ooh, that was nice. One leg at him too. I'd have made the same face too. Look at that, boom. That's too easy, bro. That's too easy. That's
Too
too
easy.
easy, bro.
Oh, is that what's the name front row? No, I thought that was what's the name from Florida?
Oh, Walt Clayton Jr.
Mm.
What? Hey, yo, I'm dead, bro. Yeah, you can just tell Lance is tired, bro. Look at his shot selection. It's night and day from the first part of it.
Uh.
Yeah, just too easy, bro.
That was sweet. Switch hand behind the switch hand. Nah, it's not really even behind the back. That was nice. Let's move forward.
Hey, bro.
Shout out Rich Paul, man. Yeah, man. Lance just throwing these shots.
That's what I'm saying, bro. I don't even make it fun at that point. Like, you're not even attacking no more. You just shooting it. At least Beasley, like, he get into his sweet spot every time. See, watch that, like, low pivot, boom. Look how deep he is into the paint. Bomb. Dismissed.
It's at least 5 or 6 dribbles before the shot.
Yeah, easily.
It's a lot of breaking action here. It's a lot of breaking action here. Breaking like a lot of pause and action.
It is. Let me go get to the end. What's going on?
Man.
It feel like they dragging it.
They definitely dragging it out. There's definitely some sponsors in there. Somebody will get some ad dollars for sure.
Facts. First time we see him actually get to the cup.
Man. Let's hurry this up. I got some momentum right now. Okay, shooting free throws and one.
All that and missed.
What's it? My legs tired. My legs tired, man. Man, this is key, man. You don't see too many people work out a triple threat like this no more. This is that 2008 basketball right here. You don't see this in the NBA.
You don't.
Hey.
Crazy, bro.
I'm surprised it was this close by the way it looks. Let's see what he do.
This is for the culture, man. I'm not gonna lie, I do want to give credit. Michael Beasley has been extremely calm.
Oh, they caught it. Okay. He got away with that. He got away.
The moment is waiting on Beasley.
That's like a foul.
But I ain't gonna lie, if he would have faded on him and wiped his nose like that, I'd have cut the video off. But taking a mid break.
That's what I'm saying, bro. It's unwatchable. Hey, bro. Ain't no way, bro.
Ain't no way. We talking about the elbow? I don't see no elbow, Bees. That's Okay, maybe. I think he's talking about right here. Yeah, but man, that's too small. You can't call it on tic tac stuff in the 1-on-1, man. You're up 6, brother.
Sub 8.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of breaks.
A lot of breaks.
Refs getting a little TV time. Man, all right, man. That's it down, ladies and gentlemen.
You didn't see it enough.
It's over the head, we'd probably watch it till the end.
Oh shoot.
First time kind of watching it like that. I'm not gonna say it was bad. I think it was a decent show, man. You know what I'm saying? Obviously not watching it live. I probably give it a B minus. B minus. I like Mike Beasley. This is good for Mike. Anybody who saw his interview on the pivot know what type of human being he is, know what, you know what I'm saying, how he handles different things. So what you give him, Naj?
Yeah, I go the same, bro. Probably like B minus, C plus. I mean, we've seen some good basketball play action. A lot of breaks. You know what I'm saying? That could turn the viewer off. But I get they older, so it's different and got the same stamina and energy. But yeah, man, it was cool. It was smooth.
100%. Yeah, I think it was smooth, man. Obviously we know Beasley won. We don't know. I'm not sure who his charity was, who we invested in, but this was a good one, man. Like I said, ladies and gentlemen, this is something new. I think it's gonna be something good again. The algorithm. If you have any ideas, though, you know, anything you want us to react to, definitely hit us in the comments or the chat. You know what I mean? We'll probably do this for 3 to 4 weeks, kind of see where it goes. But that's all we have to do on the basketball topic. You know what I'm saying? We're very bullish on a lot of Georgia Tech players in state. I like Indiana. I believe Naj rolling OKC in 6. But appreciate y'all tuning in with us. We're here every Thursday, ideally at 8. We had to bump the time up for things that we need to do. But 8 next Thursday, and you know, Monday should be a big show. We're gonna bring some interviews in, so tap in with us Monday at 6:30 sharp for the football content. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching. This is my co-host Najee Wilkins. Until next time, have a blessed one. Stay safe and have a great weekend. Peace.